Sunday. Here today to talk about goals and goal setting and how to set goals without all the push, burnout, and disappointment of never reaching them. So I'll give it just a minute for people to get on. Um, It's Sunday. I've been having a lazy day today, just lounging around, reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. Such a good book. I'm almost done with it. And then probably gonna go walk the dog. But if you hop on, comment, let me know that you're on, say hi, say happy Sunday, or let me know that you're watching the replay, and just let me know how you feel about goals in general. So as a recovering high achiever, goals have played a huge part in my life, and I've always been very good at reaching my goals, actually, but it was always to the tune of sacrificing myself, my sanity, or my personal life, which if y'all follow me, y'all know that I am all about beating the burnout and like working smarter, not harder. And one of the hallmarks of being a high achiever, or anyone else really, is you put your life on hold as you're trying to reach these goals. And we tend to set such big goals that it takes a really long time to achieve them. And so we get caught in this inner limbo of never feeling good enough until we reach the goal. And so you end up spending 90% of your time feeling not good enough and beating yourself up and feeling this guilt because you haven't reached your goal, and only 10% of the time feeling happy when you actually do achieve the goals. So there's a few things that I wanted to say about goals that really helped me, and I hope they help you. First of all, when someone says SMART goals, specific, measurable, actionable, reachable, and timeline, I want to vomit. Every time they do the SMART goal setting in your performance appraisals at in my corporate job, it's just like, yuck. No, thank you. That's part of my overall personality of not being hemmed in, which y'all have heard me talk about in my Saving Your Schedule masterclass and other things, that I tend to innately rebel against structure. I tend to be very free, flowy. I want to just go with the flow and blah, blah, blah. The trick is there's actually, just like with the scheduling, there is a happy medium where you can have enough structure, enough direction to be effective, but also not be like so rigid to it that it ends up holding you back, or you get stuck in perfectionism, or you end up engaging in a bunch of negative behaviors because your inner child is rebelling against all of this structure. So, first of all, when you're thinking about your goals, it is good to make steps. So, I tend to not feel good about numbers, and plugging back into this bigger concept of we're overachievers, so we set these huge goals that take forever to reach, and so we spend 90% of our time feeling like we're not good enough. Instead, think about what you might want your overall goal to look like without a number, and then set up small steps to get you there. Like, well, to be a life coach, you have to go to school. get certified. And then within that, there's like weekly lessons and weekly labs. And so, really, like outlining that into steps and chunks that you can achieve weekly really makes a huge difference for staying motivated, because you're going a stair step at a time instead of just waiting until you reach the top. And that keeps the energy and momentum going as you're climbing the ladder or the staircase, so to speak. The second thing is, when you're setting goals, take a moment to ask yourself if your goals are internal, if there's something that you would do regardless if anybody was watching, or if they're external, if they're goals that you're actually setting to impress somebody else or live up to a society standard that you feel like you should, have to, need to, are the keywords that you're looking out for here. Um, a great exercise is, if I was on a desert island and nobody else was around, uh, would this still be something that I would enjoy doing? If it's a yes, then hell yes, go for it. If it's a, well, no, I'm only doing it for my mother, brother, teacher, preacher, whatever, then that's going to be a goal that is going to be very hard for you to sustain the external motivation to achieve. When you're truly aligned with something that's really important to you, it almost feels, it doesn't feel effortless, because you still have to put in work, but it's just self sourcing, and you're always going to find yourself coming back to it, regardless if anybody outside of you is like holding you accountable or not. And it is good to have accountability partners, because we all get, you know, stuck inside our comfort zones. That's why I have coaches. I'm a coach and I still have my own coaches. And in fact, um, my mentor, Dr. Trivedi, has lots of great resources on goal setting and how to make sure that you align your goals, your mission, your purpose in life to what is 100% authentic to you. So if you want those resources, let me know. I'd be happy to send you. He's got a free hour-ish long webinar that really goes over this. It's freaking amazing. And then if you can get to his Get Real event, which is 3 days of like really digging into who you are, what your purpose is, what your God-given mission is, what it is that's authentically you, that 3 day conference changed my life, and it changed my husband's life, and we keep going back because it's freaking amazing. So let me know if y'all are interested in those. But really, there's a values exercise that he does, or you can also go get it on Dr. Martini's website, that'll take you through the values exercise that helps you just figure out what your true values are, because a lot of us tend to BS ourselves, um, just because we're so culturally programmed that we think that what are actually outside voices are our inside voices. And it can take some time and practice to separate yourselves from those. So, to kind of recap, the important thing about goals is to make sure that they're aligned with who you are and what your values are. Make sure they're internal versus external. And another thing that Trivedi said that totally blew my mind is, well, I'm going to get it wrong, but achievement versus accomplishment. Um, Accomplishments are inside. Achievements are are for external. Look, I achieved this, rather than coming home at the end of the day and saying I accomplished this. I may have got that backwards. I always get confused. But um, just paying a lot of attention to what's internal versus what's external. And then instead of setting huge goals, make sure you set steps in between so that you can celebrate as you go along, which keeps you motivated. And then also taking the time to celebrate as you go along and stop putting your life on hold, waiting to achieve the big things. And also watching out for this feeling of never feeling good enough. You're good enough just by existing. And this is a concept that's I'll be working on for the rest of my life. But you being authentically you, serving yourself first, and then serving others is all you need to do on this earth. It's the only thing that matters. So, enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're catching the replay, say hi. I hope this helped, and let me know if y'all have any questions. Bye, everybody.